And a pleasant good evening and welcome all to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep. The greatest love songs of all time. My name is Dr. Al Greer. I will be your host for this evening's festivities. Good evening to Deron Williams, who's first in the chat room on Facebook. Coming up in our last hour, we do a thing we call foreplay, four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. That's in our last hour. Also, throughout the night, we do a thing we call Who Did It Best, where we play one song by two different artists, sometimes three. You never know. And we'll see who did that song the best, gave it its just due. And also, of course, we have a phone number here 773-462-4447. That's 773-462-4447. This, of course, is Bedtime Stories, and I have a guest this evening. If that weren't enough, I have a guest. So we'll be talking to our guest as soon as the calls in. Her name is Kelly Howard. She is a comedian, actress, writer, and speaker, and has a one-woman show. So she's going to tell us all about that while we listen to Gene Chandler, the woman handler. That's Uncle Gene. And Rainbow 80 on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Mm-hmm. Do do do. Do run. She will be calling in at about 9:15, which is usually enough time for me to wolf down a sandwich or something. So don't go anywhere. I'm back. Did you miss me? Mm-mm. Oh. Mm, mm,
Ladies, he's your man at night. Al Greer with Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio.
My love must be a kind of love. Hmm. Only heaven. Boom, 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 boom. Shbop, shbop. Avenue. Good evening, this is Al Greer.
Hi, Albert. This is Kelly Howard. How are you?
I am fine, Kelly Howard. You are right on time. Please hold. You'll be on shortly.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mhm. 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 They hail from right here in Chicago, heaven and earth, and I only have eyes for you here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. With yours truly, your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And as I told you all earlier, that I was going to have a guest on my show tonight. And guess what? She's here. Ladies and gentlemen, she is a singer. No, I'm sorry, not a singer. Although I heard she sings in the shower, but she's a comedian and actress, and her name is Kelly, to be exact. Kelly Howard. How are you, Kelly? Can you hear me? I'm like, I don't know where I got that information from, but yeah, everybody sings, in the shower at least. I sing solo, so yeah, solo, so they can't hear me. But anyway, Kelly was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2013. How has that affected your comedy? Okay. Okay. So how did you get started being a comedian? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Wait a minute. No, no. That somehow that doesn't make sense. You get discovered by Damon Williams. He
Well, not discovered, but the producer that ran that show was in the store, and he was like, "I'll give you 5 minutes on this show that I run," and it happened to be Damon Williams' show at the Holiday Inn, and so I did 5 minutes on that show, and then the very like 2 weeks later, Damon Williams booked me for another show in Gary, and he paid me $30, and so I did stand up for 2 weeks, and I got paid $30, which is unheard of to get paid in like your first 5 years as a stand up.
exactly. Yeah.
$40, and I took that $30 and I moved to LA because I was working for the Department of Homeland Security as well. So I quit my job at Foot Locker,
Mm-hmm.
transferred my Department of Homeland Security job to LAX, and I moved to LA. I was like, I'm about to be famous. I'm funny.
I guess.
Which did not happen, by the way. I was like, I got caught up in it being hot all year round and didn't even do comedy. I was just out there living.
Young lady, do you know how long it takes some people to get into comedy? They first have to, go from comedy club to comedy club. They have to know somebody who owns a comedy club or is someone who is, in the business. And you did your first show, you got paid $30, and that's it. You didn't have to, do the whole comedy circuit or the Chitlin circuit or anything else.
Well, yeah, I did. Once I got to LA, I moved. I lived out there for 2 years, working for the government, making
Hmm.
like I was only 25 at the time, so I was making quite a bit of money and working for them, and not really um, focused on comedy at all. And when I realized I wanted to get serious about stand up, I got casted on this show called Hot Girls of Comedy: Finding the Store on CBS. So it was Tony Shore's reality show. He did like a cattle call for some comedians and all female comedians. And I got casted and I got put on the show. And I realized that once they edited the show and aired it, they had cut me out. You only saw me at the end like waving. And so
Okay.
that's when I realized that I didn't know what I was doing.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this thing called comedy. So I moved back home to Chicago because I had a daughter. So I needed the support of my mom if I was going to be working nights.
Hmm.
And so I moved back to Chicago in 2006, and the rest is history. At that point, that's when I started like the circuit, if you will, right?
Right.
Hitting all the comedy clubs and doing all the shows. And shout out to Jokes and Notes. That was my home club for a very long time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I said, some people, it takes them at least 4, 5, maybe 7 years to get discovered after doing all the comedy clubs, and you just moved up the ranks, kind of like
I was,
Kevin
I
Hart.
was
But
also
anyway,
a class clown too.
okay.
So that I think that helped, like the fact that I was already somebody that could just get up and kind of act a fool and be random. I had that as a natural ability, which honestly, in my opinion, doesn't help comedians. If you can be naturally funny, that can sometimes limit your ability to really grow and evolve as a comedian because you don't feel like you have to try as hard.
It took me 30 years for people to even know my name. You moved up the ranks quickly. It's like, Al, who? Okay. So,
Oh wait, you do stand up?
no, I'm a sit down comedian,
Oh, okay,
aka
okay. I got what you do.
aka a radio DJ. I can be
Yes,
funny when I
yes.
need to be, but like when I host shows and everything else. But being I can only be funny a few minutes at a time, but not for whole 5 minutes. That's ridiculous. They look at me and like, okay, all right, pops, get off the stage. You're done. But
Yeah, in spurts.
like, yeah, I'm just funny in spurts. My thing was always if I can make a girl laugh, then she'll like me. So far it hasn't worked
That,
for me. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I stay in my lane. So Thursday, March 12th is the opening night uh, comedy show fundraiser at the Laugh Factory here in Chicago at 7 p.m. And
Mhm.
you're the host.
I am. So I have a nonprofit. I was diagnosed with MS in 2013, and a few years back, I started doing comedy shows, raising money for like the National MS Society and different organizations that was prioritizing multiple sclerosis. And then last year, I just decided that what I was doing could be bigger and be more intentional in my focus with programming around joy and ease. And so I decided to start a nonprofit, which is called MSing Around, and
Mm-hmm.
it's all about empowering women and adolescent girls to live with more joy and ease while living with autoimmune disease. And
Mm-hmm.
so on the 12th is our third annual comedy show fundraiser, and all the money from that event kind of goes into all of our programming and stuff in the coming months. And then we have a big wellness day retreat on the 14th, which if anybody out there has an autoimmune disease, they are welcome to register for that online at msingaround.org. And yeah, it's just all about finding more joy and ease while living with this chronic illness.
And if that weren't enough, you have a recurring character of Kendra on Power Book. Tell us about that.
Yes, yes. Well, that ended, so they killed me.
Oh no.
They killed me off this last season, so that's done. But it was so much fun. I was on there for 2 seasons. It was so much fun. It was so great working with all the cast and crew. I mean, one of the nicest sets and most professional, but also like laid back sets that I've been on in my entire career. And I've been on quite a few sets. I've done quite a bit of acting, and that set and those people were just so great. It was a rewarding experience for sure.
I could imagine.
Until
I'll
they killed me, of course.
right, exactly. Well, I auditioned for The Shy, and they said you have a face for radio. I said, oh, okay.
That's so mean. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
hey, what's a guy to do? I tell you. Anyway, so on March 14th, it's called Rest and Reset. Uh,
Yeah, on the 13th. So we have three events that whole weekend. It starts with the comedy show fundraiser on Thursday, the 12th.
okay.
That's like our like bring it all together. Everybody comes out. If you have an autoimmune diagnosis, your ticket is only $1. And so it's just a big community engagement experience. And then on the 13th, that Friday the 13th, we do a virtual event
Okay.
called Rest in Reset.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, if you have an autoimmune diagnosis, you sign up and we all come together on Zoom to kind of discuss our habits. And it's like a ritual building workshop. Like, what do you do in the evening to kind of prep yourself? What do you do in the morning to create more joy and ease? Like for me, I have a whole tea making process that I do every night. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing in my little gratitude journal, right? And I make my hibiscus tea with my nettle tea and my cloves and my honey and my cinnamon. And it's this whole thing. It's an anti-inflammatory joy ritual that I have for myself. So we bring everybody together to kind of share their experiences, and maybe someone listening or somebody involved might pick up on something they can also start doing. Um, and then on the 14th is the Wellness Day Retreat, which is at Little Black Pearl. And it's just a huge day full of joy and love and education and empowerment. We have some neurologists, some urogynecologists coming out. We have a fitness specialist that's going to do some Pilates. We have micro or mini massages that people can sign up for. We'll have a delicious anti-inflammatory lunch. It is curated specifically for the autoimmunity community, so nothing they eat there will inflame them, and it's going to be great because they make some great food there. And yeah, it's just a retreat day to love on ourselves.
So no White Castles that day, huh?
No, no White Castles ever.
Darn. Oh well. How can we follow you, Kelly? What is your email address or your website, I should say?
Right. I'm like, you want me to give everybody my email address?
No, 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 no. Or your phone number? No, no, none of that. No.
Or my social. So my website is kellyhoward.com, but more so, the website for MS is msingaround.org. So MSING around, like around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
.org. msingaround.org. And that's where they can get any tickets or RSVP. All of the wellness events for the autoimmunity community is absolutely free. The comedy show for the autoimmunity community is only $1 if you have an official autoimmune diagnosis. There's caregiver discounts for the comedy show as well. So if you're a caregiver of somebody with autoimmune, you get in for just $11. And then, yeah, they can find out all information at msingaround.org. And my name, if they want to follow me on any social medias or find me on the web, is Kelly Howard. Kelly Howard, and that's Kelly. So there's an extra E there
Okay.
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So like Kanye, but Kelly.
Kelly A. Okay. Gotcha. All
Yep.
right.
Last name Howard, Howart. That's me.
Well, I'm going to try to make it to one of those functions. Probably not the virtual thing because I don't want to scare anybody.
Were you diagnosed with the autoimmune disease?
No, I am. Um, I don't want to say battling diabetes, but so far I'm winning. So that's the only
Diabetes type 2 or 1?
type two and a little high blood pressure. But I managed that with not eating a lot of salt because when I was a child, I used to put a lot of salt on my food.
Yeah.
So I don't do that anymore. Watch my
Okay.
sugar, watch my salt, watch everything that that I eat. I stopped eating pork, so yeah, it was a sad
Yes.
sad day for barbecue restaurants all around the country. But anyway,
Well, good for you. I haven't eaten beef or pork in over 20 years, so good for you.
all right,
Well, then you cannot attend on the 13th or the 14th because this is only for people who have an autoimmune diagnosis on the 13th or the 14th. But you
okay,
can come to the comedy show on the 12th. So we welcome you and we hope that we see you there.
all right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. And you keep up the great work. Once again, it's msinaround.org. That's msinaround.org. Messin around. And she
Yeah.
is Kelly Howards. And thank you for stopping by tonight, Kelly. And look forward to seeing you.
Yay. Thanks for having me. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Kelly Howard, ladies and gentlemen, on Bedtime Stories. And here's Teddy Pendergrass on Bedtime Stories. Come go with me. Thank you so much. And thank you to Lisa E. for hooking me up with you. I'm that's the day after, I think it's the day after Tony Rock's comedy show. No, no, Tony Rock is on Wednesday. So, oh, yeah. Okay. All righty then. Well, thank you. I have all your information. You too. Bye bye. Was that okay, guys? Did you enjoy that, or did I get cut off? Oh, here I am. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Lisa E. Henry Cooper, good evening. Once I got going, I was good. I got a little tongue tied. I saw her picture. I was like, whoa, she kind of cute. All right. Once again, thank you, Lisa, for hooking that interview up. As always, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everything that you do. You know, and yeah, anytime you have somebody you want me to interview, I'm there. I enjoy doing interviews, especially when it's people who are doing stuff in the community, not just for a buck, but they're doing things, and that's all right. I didn't know she was on Power. We'll have to catch up on some episodes of Power so I can see Kelly Howard on there. And that's all right. Thank you, thank you. Henry Cooper, good evening. But don't you do it, baby. At the Laugh Factory at Little Black Pearl. Free entry of diagnosed with MS, discounted tickets for autoimmune diagnosis. Okay. She kind of looked like the young lady who does. She was Kendra. Yep, it says here that she was Kendra, and she got she got cut after 2 seasons, but that's okay. 2 seasons is 2 seasons, you know. Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Thank you so much. But yeah, she played Kendra. Now I was a big Power fan when it first came out, and I just kind of fell off when they redid it and everything else. Now, you know, Tyreek is in charge, and you know, Tommy's on the side helping him, and then this, that, and the other. So, I need to catch up on my Power. So, and of course, it's on not Netflix. Yeah, but yeah, her character was Kendra. So, thank you, Henry. Whew, good God. Close the door. Close the door. Where's Barbara Jean? We need some Barbara Jean up in here. Anyway, how was you guys' day? Me, I stayed in the bed most of the morning just to pass the time. There's something wrong here. There can be no denying. One of us is changing, or maybe we just stopped trying. Anyway, most DJs are frustrated singers or frustrated comedians, you know. Everybody ain't funny unless you're Petey Green. So there. Anyway, thank you, Henry Cooper. Thank you, Kimberly Patterson. Thank you, Lisa E., the super duper producer. Yep. And of course, they made that term up for her. Yep. Super duper producer. Because that's what she did. She was super duper. She's got a, she's got a Rolodex out of this world. You know, at any time she can call somebody. Can I call you? Can I call you? Sure. And they give her their number, right? She's got so many people in her Rolodex. It's like, you know, I'm sure she keeps a lock on her phone. No, I mean a padlock because she knows. Yeah, she's got everybody's number. Kelly Howard. You know, when I say she's got everybody's number, she's got everybody's number. You know, and she's not afraid to pull her phone out and use it. Like, woo, that's all right. Kim Patterson, how are you this evening? I almost forgot that I was on tonight. I'm like, what day is it? Oh, it is Wednesday. Okay, I am on. Okay. I'm on after Miss Messy. So good, baby. Wait, you make me feel. Teddy used to scare the women. They're like, turn them off. We're like, okay, okay, Teddy. Two in a row from Teddy Pendergrass right here on Bedtime Stories. Once again, thank you to Kelly Howard for stopping by. And hopefully, you guys will support her cause for MS. My information, or her information, I should say, is on my Facebook page. All right. Finding joy and ease living with an autoimmune disease. So it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, like I said, once again, that information is on my Facebook page. Hello to Henry Cooper. Thank you for stopping by. Barb Bailey, Lisa Miller, and of course, the lovely Kim Patterson. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. This album came out in 1979, but the name of the album is called Eight for the 80s by Webster Lewis. And this is such a beautiful song. My brother used to end his show with this song, I guess because of its long intro. Here's Webster Lewis featuring Mr. Dwayne Julius Rogers, DJ Rogers to you guys. This is Heavenly on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Woo! So warm. Oh boy. To you. For you blues lovers, it is official. Chicago blues and soul man Cicero Blake died Tuesday at the age of 90. A native of Jackson, Mississippi, Blake was a presence on the Chicago music scene since the 1950s. His biggest hits include Dip My Dipper, I'm Into Something, and School of Life. Wow. 90 years old. Mm-mm. That is a life well lived. 90. Mm. That's what you are to me. Alrighty then. Is everyone still with me? Heavenly, heavenly. Yeah, excuse me. Mm-mm. What the? Good Lord. What version was that? All right. We're all in our places with bright, shiny faces. There's some emotion. Webster Lewis and Give Me Some Emotion right here on Bedtime Stories. Before that, I guess the short version, the very short version. That's not even the 45 version. Give Me Some Emotion from the album 8 for the 80s. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, hello to Kimberly Patterson, Henry Cooper, and Barb Bailey. Thank you for stopping by, as well as Lisa Miller. I appreciate you guys. The public homegoing for Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. is at the House of Hope, Friday, March 6th. House of Hope, of course, is at 752 East 114th Street, and doors open at 6. I'm sorry, doors open at 9 p.m. 9 a.m. Get it together, Greer. Get it together. Doors open at 9 a.m. That's Friday, March 6th. All right. And if you miss that, then you can always come to Rainbow Push on Saturday morning as well. All right. To say our final goodbyes to an icon, Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. It's more from Webster Lewis. This is the one I really wanted to play because it sounds so much like bedtime stories, right? This is The Love You Give to Me here on Bedtime Stories. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Ooh, my hair's growing. Ooh, just in the back though. Romances. Mm, 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 mm. Once again, Webster Lewis, The Love You Give to Me here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, WRLN Radio, a radio media station, WBOE, a Reggie Miles station, and My Jam Radio, which is owned by Mike Breezy. More of the greatest love songs of all time. Next.
In South Bend, Indiana, hosted by Dinah Biggs and the entire Biggs Radio Chicago team at the VFW Post 360, 1307 East Jefferson Boulevard in Mishawaka, Indiana. It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Special guest performances, cash bar at 8 p.m. For vendor, artist, sponsorship, or banner submissions, please contact Biggs Radio, 773-462-4447. Or just keep listening to Biggs Radio Chicago. This is not a contest. It's for opportunities. The Biggs Radio Chicago Music Seminar in South Bend, Indiana, Saturday, March 21st at 3 p.m. Hosted by Dinah Biggs and the team from Biggs Radio Chicago at the VFW Post 360, 1307 East Jefferson Boulevard in Mishawaka, Indiana. Sponsored by Brandon Delk, U.S. Public Adjusters, Biggs Radio Chicago, WOSDRadio.com, Daryl Craig Productions, and the Salvation Army.
Hi, this is the Lost Generation, the same group that brought you hits for years. Our new release, People Make the World Go Round, is the latest release available on all digital platforms, online, and Alexa.
Say Alexa, play People Make the World Go Round. Also, follow us on Facebook and other social sites for more information and great music.
If you're into Southern Soul, then you gotta listen to this one. Born Thomas Melvin, but better known as the Mellow Man, and his new hit, Thank You. From the bottom of my heart, baby, I just wanna say thank you. He puts the soul in Southern Soul, and he always delivers. The Mailman and Thank You. Available on all download platforms and heard exclusively on WOSDRadio.com.
That's my main man, the mailman. That's right. And I just want to thank you. Available on all download platforms. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. From two of the greatest writers of all time, the Lewis brothers. This is Always and Forever from Atlantic Star on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. To you always. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ever you will be. Let's go make a family. Not. Sing all of the rain away. Excuse me. You and me. Oh, good God. That's an earlier song from Atlantic Star, if it doesn't sound familiar. I'll Never Miss the Love I Never Had, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Um, this just in. This just in. Like, this is very important. Matthew Knowles, the father of Solange and Beyonce, appeared to take offense during an interview after a reporter referenced that Tina Knowles, his ex wife and mother of Solange and Beyonce, and her role in the success of Destiny's Child. Matthew Knowles is receiving mixed reactions after abruptly ending a video interview when asked about his ex wife, Tina Knowles, and her contributions to Destiny's Child. He didn't quite appreciate that because he was the one that discovered them, that nurtured them, that put them together all by himself. Okay? So he was kind of he was pissed and he left and that was it. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time, like this one from Mint Condition. You send me swinging. You send me swinging. You send me swinging, swinging, yeah. So, guys, let's get interactive here. Did you ever run into someone that you went to school with? And they came up to you and you went to school with them, but you didn't recognize them. You didn't remember going to school with them. Huh? I have several times, especially on, when was it? New Year's Eve. This lady came up to me and she swore up and down that I went to school with her and that I'm like, and which school? Was it grammar school? Was it high school? What? Like, and she got insulted. You don't remember me? And she said, I'm Chucky Boyd's sister. I'm like, oh, you were in the class with my brother. You weren't in class with me. So no, I don't remember you. I forgot Chucky Boyd even had a little sister, you know? I mean, she was just livid about the fact that I did not remember her. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just. And when she said Chucky Boyd's sister, I'm like, oh, well, you were a few grades under me, you know? You went to school with my brother. You didn't go to school with me. I said, my brother Chris. Oh, yeah, I remember him. Okay. Well, she tried to make it, like it was me and her or something. I'm like, never that. Never that.
Hi, this is Gina, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
Yep. Don't tell me I'm the only one. Come on now. I guess everybody's taking a nap, huh? Not exciting enough for you. Sorry. Mm-mm. Breaking my heart.
Be really sorry, Drew. You're okay. Jake. Remember, if you have to run away, use a hard time taking corners.
Dollars. Hoped no one would notice. Now Stratton's accused of violating federal law, laundering corporate money to her campaign. Juliana Stratton caught again in cover-ups to rake in campaign cash.
I'm Cattle Gazelle, and my race.
Two in a row from Mint Condition. That is Pretty Brown Eyes. Dedicated to a special person. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, for those of you who are on Facebook right now, where it says like, comment, and share, just hit share to share the video with others. All right? That's right. Because caring is sharing. Or is it sharing is caring? Well, anyway, either way it goes, make sure you share the video, and I appreciate it. So here's the question of the night. If you ran into somebody, or they ran into you, you were out somewhere, and they came up to you and said, "Hey, we went to school together. Don't you remember me?" Wouldn't you try really hard to remember? Has that ever happened to you, first of all? And then you try to remember who that person is. That happened to me a few months ago. I was out, and the young lady like, "You don't know me?" I'm like, I don't remember you. You don't know me? Oh, and she was kind of upset that I didn't remember her. And I was like, no, I don't. We went to school together. I'm like, okay, did we go to grammar school together? Did we go to high school together? Uh, you know, which one? And finally, she told me she was Chucky's sister. I'm like, oh, you went to school with my brother. You're younger than I am by about maybe 4 years. But she was really upset. I'm like, I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't look like that in high school or grammar school. One of those. It's Marvin Gaye, the alternate version of I Want You on Bedtime Stories. Uh-uh. I want you. Mm. Want you to want me to. Just like I want to you. Oh, baby. I want you the right way. Where'd everybody go? Oh, well, I'll leave it up there. Hmm. What a freak. Get together after the dance. We gonna dance with baby. It's like, what is he combing? I'm combing the back of my head because that's where I have the most hair. Kimmo, the Cletones. Two in a row from the marvelous Marvin Gaye. That is After the Dance. The alternate version from his box set, and before that, I Want You, also from that wonderful box set, which includes a lot of unreleased music that he did. He didn't think it was good enough to be released, or either that or Barry thought it wasn't good enough to be released. But anyway, Marvin Gaye After the Dance here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Grit. Time is flying tonight. We're like 22 minutes away from foreplay already. I can't wait. Can you? Do you know who I'm doing for foreplay tonight? I don't either. Anyway, since we're on the subject of Marvin Gaye, here's After the Dance, done by Foreplay featuring El DeBarge, right here on Bedtime Stories.
All the tech geniuses were there. They love their computers. We have the best computer guy there is, right? We have Elon. I saw him, Tony Barron. He loves that computer. They're unbelievable at computers. He started making computers on his bed. He said they make love to their computer. I said, I don't want to hear about that. Everything's computer.
That's right, everything's computer. Wait till he hears about phone. Everything's phone. So as the meeting's wrapping up, Trump tells the group, he says, I have to go back and look at the war. And he left. Everyone who works for him is saying this is not a war. It's not a war. He keeps calling it a war. We're now on day 5 of whatever this is. Pete Hegseth today said we're just getting started in Iran. They're still trying to figure out who will be Iran's next top Ayatollah. The front runner is said to be the newly exploded Ayatollah's son, Mujtaba Khomeini. Imagine your dad being the Ayatollah. I mean, talk about strict. The Ayatollah's son, this guy, is said to be even more of a hardliner than his dad, which is what a lot of people worry about. You know, you start bombing leaders, you wind up with one who might be even worse. It's a real, I hate to say Ayatollah so. I mentioned last night that Team Trump's been throwing out a wide and conflicting array of reasons for why they decided to launch this attack. Was it to stop Iran from enriching uranium or long-range missiles because Israel was going to do it anyway? Was it for regime change? Or maybe it's what Trump's press secretary Caroline Leavitt said it was, another hunch.
I think it was important with respect to the timeline, but I think the president, prior to that phone call, had a good feeling that the Iranian regime was going to strike the United States assets and our personnel in the region.
He had a good feeling about it. What more do you need? I mean, why are good feelings for him bad for everyone else? You know, this is a tough one for the gang at Fox News and all the teeth sucklers in the right-wing echo chamber because they desperately want to praise the president and cheer him on, but they also know that starting a foreign war is the opposite of what he promised their viewers. It's a tough needle to thread, and it put Pete Hegseth's former co-host Will Cain in a bit of a pickle last night when he interviewed retired General Jack Keane.
It's not 100% clear to me, General, and that's not to suggest that I don't support 100% what is happening, nor that I 100% offer my support. I just think I want to ask a couple of critical questions, and I hope you know how much respect I have for your service, and I think it goes without saying to anybody watching how much respect I have for the men making this decision.
You don't have to patronize me, just ask the question. When you thought it couldn't get more embarrassing to be on Fox News. Pull your pants down, soldier. I'm going to pink up your ass. And then on the other side of the coin, you have Greg Kelly over on Newsmax, who seems to think that this war is about checking out chicks.
Well, that's what Iranian women used to look like before the Ayatollah Khomeini showed up. Could look like that again. I'll see you tomorrow.
Does he know he's on television? Someone really ought to tell him. Meanwhile, the chair of the House Oversight Committee, James Comer, this is the yokel in charge of the Epstein hearings. After hauling the Clintons in for questioning last week, Comer said they're going to bring in some more big names, including Bill Gates, not to ask him about Epstein. They want to know why one of the richest men in the world still gets his hair cut at Fantastic Sam's. One of the names that is not on his list is Donald J. Trump, even though his name appears in the Trump-Epstein files hundreds of thousands of times. And even though key documents related to accusations made against Trump by a young teenage girl have disappeared, Comer feels that Trump has been asked about this enough.
We're working with the president. He's turning over documents. Thus far, I'm very appreciative of the cooperation with the Trump administration. And President Trump's answered hundreds, if not thousands, of questions about Epstein. Prior to our deposition, I don't think the Clintons had answered very many questions.
That's right. James Comer and his team will leave only one stone unturned, and that is Donald Trump. I can't figure out how he keeps saying this with a straight face. Like there's no difference between asking reporters questions from reporters and answering questions under oath in Congress. They're going to interview everyone but Epstein's best friend. This is like if they arrested Siegfried and said nothing to Roy at all. The Oversight Committee did vote today to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi, so I guess that's something. Meanwhile, over in the House Judiciary Committee, they heard testimony from our soon-to-be former Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem got quite a grilling from members of both sides over the last couple of days about the hundreds of millions of dollars commercials, hundreds of $1 million on private jets, about suspiciously appropriated funds. There was a lot. She also repeatedly refused to apologize to the families of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, the two Americans who were killed by ICE. She suggested they were domestic terrorists. I guess she felt no remorse about that, so she didn't apologize. And then things took a turn for the risque when Noem was asked about a rumored affair with her top advisor and former Trump campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski.
So, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and ma'am, one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming
as
my
an advisor,
it is okay for you to be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the
be
question.
making any
It is
decisions.
okay for you to
Has
be
no
offended by
authority
the
to
question. You should be wanting to answer that question.
As garbage.
Because it is not about
It's
your
offensive
sense.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your judgment.
That kind of
How do you think this goes over when she goes home to her husband at half? How was work today, hon? Anything interesting happen? Here's Kristi and her coworker Corey. Yeah, there you go, just wearing jeans and having fun. I'm rooting for those two. I really am. We got some Diddy news today. Sean Diddy Combs is now expected to get out of prison a couple of months earlier, as if the price of oil wasn't already high enough. The parole board doesn't have Netflix, and they have moved up his release date from June of 2028 to April 2028. And you know what that means? The Arbor Day Freak-Off is back on, everybody.
Mm-mm. The name of the group is called Foreplay, not to be confused with the feature that we have on this show, which wasn't named for them, but spelled almost the same. Foreplay, I'll Still Be Loving You. That's one of those smooth jazz songs that I listen to go to sleep, among other things that I listen to go to sleep. The moaning of the person next to me. But anyway, it should be put a brother Dr. Al Greer. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. There's nobody laying next to me but a computer. Trust and believe. One of these days I'm gonna take a picture of my bed and you'll be like, that's it? Yeah, I sleep next to a computer because I never know when my station's gonna go off the air or one of the other stations that I work for. It's like, Al, I'm not by my computer. Can you restart my my radio station? Sure. Yeah. Got a computer right here in the bed. Anyway, foreplay is in 12 minutes right now. The Stylistics, and you make me feel brand new.
And then I stole all of his shish kebabs. Have you heard about these things?
Yes, yes.
It's an old-fashioned word, kebabs.
No,
Marco, kebabs for everybody, kebabs. I love kebabs. They call me Kebab Marley.
I did not know
Kebab
that.
Marley.
Hey, since you mentioned it, do you have a plan in mind or a hope for who will take power in Iran?
Oh yeah, big time we do. Right now, we're leaning very strongly towards Aladdin. Big pants, gold lamp, and a monkey BFF. I call him Abu. He flew on a carpet, Jimmy. Remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah. Hey, well, speaking of BFFs, is there anything you can tell us about Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffy, my Jeffy. Oh. I miss him. I miss flying on his private jet. Just me, Jeffrey, and Redacted. Oh, Redacted knew how to party. That I would tell you.
But can I ask you specifically about the allegations against you that have suddenly disappeared?
Go ahead, but for legal reasons, I have to respond with angry silence.
Okay. I will ask, what do you say to Americans who believe you should be testifying under oath?
I say, would you look at the time? I have to pick the next country to go to war with. Spin it, Marco. Round and round it goes, where it stops. Let's find out. We will be bombing Costa Rica. Tough luck, Costa Rica.
Oh, no.
Adios to Costa Rica and Puerto Rico.
Oh, right. Well, thank you for your time, baby hand.
And Bunny No Bueno.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes, all of those things. All right. Thank you so much. That's President Trump's Baton Rouge. We have a fun show tonight. We got a real live Oscar nominee here. Wagner Moura is with us.
Jimmy is so funny. I tell you, that Jimmy is funny. I've been watching Jimmy ever since they tried to take him off. Yeah. Ever since they tried to take him off, I'm like, well, dang, his show must be great.
Free amenities like Red Light.
Did you agree?
Let's go.
Get the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends March 13th.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet, baby.
And Universal.
I thought Dick Vitale was dead. Maybe that's AI generated Dick Vitale. Baby. Mm. Together. from the album Rock and Roll Baby. The stylistics and love comes easy here on Bedtime Stories. Just ahead of Foreplay, right after this one from the Tempting Temptations. You, you lose a precious love. Go and let you know of you. Ooh, you lose a precious love. We go together like hand and glove. Don't destroy our precious love. Mine can let you know. And to let you know of you. You lose a precious love. You lose a precious love. You lose. Go on, Melvin. A precious love. I heard a song earlier on this station. Well, Melvin was singing lead. I brought you red roses and violets. I'm like, go on, man. They should let him do more leads because, he just had that voice. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, WRLN Radio, a radio media station, WBOE, which belongs to the Professor Reggie Miles, and if that weren't enough, we're also on myjamradio.com, which is owned by Mike Breezy, formerly known as Mike Brown. Foreplay is next.
Some of your wedding, party, and event pictures and video clip the very next day on our social media pages. That's why 3E's Video and Editing Service is the #1 in the Midwest. We bring affordable video, photography, and superb editing to your doorstep. 3E's Video have a new wave approach. 3E's Video is the only top-tier photography company that actually gives you prints and an 8x10 picture mounted in a frame. With over 20 years of experience, they freeze precious moments in time through great videos, photos, and superb editing. So give them a call at 312-623-9587. 312-623-9587. Their motto is Hollywood results at economic prices. 3E's Video and Editing Service and photography team. Her mother was a singer, songwriter, and performed all over the world. Barbara Ackley was the co-writer of Whispers Getting Louder by Jackie Wilson. Have you seen her? And Stoned Out of My Mind for the Shawlights. Her daughter is R&B royalty and is performed all over the world, following the footsteps of her mother, Samara Ackley. Samara Ackley and Love Makes a Woman. Available on all download platforms and played exclusively on WOSDRadio.com.
And through the magic of technology, she's doing a duet with her mom, Barbara Acklin, who had a heavenly birthday a few days ago. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. They were originally known as New Band from White Plains, New York, an R&B soul band with members Wayne Lewis, may he rest in peace, his brother Jonathan Lewis, also Sharon Bryant, Porter Carroll Jr., Joseph Phillips, David Lewis, another brother, Barbara Weathers, Portia Martin, also, let's see, Crystal Blake. The list goes on and on. They've had several members, but they've had dozens and dozens of hits. Always, Secret Lovers, Circles, Silver Shadow, and Let's Get Closer. Tonight, we feature in Foreplay the group known as Atlantic Star, right here on Bedtime Stories. It's time for Foreplay. Closer than close. Shall we get closer? Yes. We involved. New band. Time for some more liquid refreshment.
Foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
My baby. All right, y'all still with me? Yay. Everybody's so sweet. It's just me and someone else. That's okay. I'm gonna need one of those after a while. You got it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Right there. No, I just waiting to still want to get it. Oh yeah. That's it. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh, who's your daddy? Let me turn this thing off. Ooh, shit. I mean, shoot. Ooh, yeah. Much better. Ooh, almost couldn't turn it off. Whew. Oh, good God. They threw some hush puppies in there. My goodness.
You're in the middle of foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
There I am, still scratching the back of my neck. That's crazy. What am I eating now? Hush puppies. Mm-hmm. Hush puppies. Which is nothing but fried cornbread. Mmm, cornbread. I see your picture on the wall. Wrapping up foreplay on Atlantic Star. Well, throughout the 70s and 80s, Atlantic Star scored several hits on the R&B charts. However, significant crossover success did not come until halfway into the 80s, of course, with the song Secret Lovers. Songs like Always and All in the Name of Love became pop tunes. And if that weren't enough, they had a number one R&B hit with this song. Mm, 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 mm. In my time, my first love. Time over my first love. Wow, wow, wow. Mm-hmm. To get over my first love. Wow, 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 wow. Mama, over my first love. Mm. Making. Well. A few years ago at the Taste of WVON, I had a chance to talk to one of the original members of Atlantic Star, and that was Wayne Lewis before he passed. And I don't know if it was before I introduced them or after they came off stage. But I said, you and your brother David have written some of the most beautiful love songs ever, and they will stand the test of time long after you all are gone. Then a couple of years ago, he made his transition. Wayne Lewis and his brother David wrote countless beautiful love songs. At first, they wanted to be a funk band. Didn't quite work out. Their forte was writing beautiful ballads. One of their members, he left the group. He was the drummer and had a minor hit with this song. It's called Picture on the Wall from Porter Carroll, former member of Atlantic Star, on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Yeah. My song. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you all. Delighted discoloration. Foo. Okay. All right. Stay awake and I want you. Stay awake and I want you by my side, baby. Mm-hmm. This time with you, but until I can, I stay awake and I want you by my side, baby. Mm-mm. Stay awake and I want you, baby. I love that song. It does things to me. From the talented Laws family, Hubert Laws, Deborah Laws, Eloise Laws, that is Ronnie, and Stay Awake here on Bedtime Stories. I got a little choked up there. You know, I stay awake and I want you by my side because the best sleep that I ever get is when I have someone next to me. That's the best sleep. And I'm sure you guys will agree. The best sleep ever is when you have someone laying next to you and you just kind of roll up under them or put your arm over them. That is probably the best feeling in the world. I don't know about you guys, but it is for me. And hopefully one day that will happen for me each and every night. This is Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This group hails from Philadelphia. They were known as the Monarchs at one time. They had a big hit back in the early 70s. You're a big girl now. No more daddies, little girl. That came to the attention of Mr. Tom Bell and his co-writer, Linda Creed. They decided to craft some songs for this particular group. Unfortunately, they didn't care for the whole group. It was the lead singer that they had their eyes on, a high tenor by the name of Russell Tompkins Jr. That's my buddy. Here's the stripped down version of Give a Little Love. Russell Tompkins Jr., the Stylistics, and Maurice Starr on piano. Just you and me. Don't tell me that you're letting me down. Give a little love, take a little love. Give a little love. Give a little love, take a little love. Baby, give a little love, take a little love. Mm-hmm.
It used to be so sweet, just you and me. Don't tell me that you're letting me down. You've got to give
produced by the great Van McCoy. The stylistics and let's put it all together. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I got one more song to play, and I hope you like it. Here's Melba Moore and Lean on Me. Another song produced by Mr. Van McCoy, right here on Bedtime Stories. Mm. 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 Do, 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 do. My God. Melba Moore, Lean on Me. It's going to do it for me, Al Greer. Thank you so much. That's definitely going to do it for me. I'm going to play that every night. Good night to Henry Cooper, Barbara Bailey, Kimberly Patterson, Deron Williams, and everybody who listened on Facebook or watched me on Facebook, and everybody else. Thank you so much, as always. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Yeah, that did it for me. Good night, Monique. Woo! Woo! Shoot!